Hello, everybody. You know what time it is. I know what time it is. That's right. It's time for Syntax Live. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing okay. The weather has been quite frightful, and it has been kind of messed up pretty much everywhere. What can I say? Except for, man, it's screwed up outside. I actually almost blew the transmission in my car trying to get it down the driveway because we got some extra snow I wasn't prepped for. Anyway, first things first, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for all the subscribers and views over the past week. Very much appreciate it. And unfortunately, before we get started, before I even start up my battle mech, because I got mechs to the right of me, mechs to the left of me, I have to pause for a second and hold up a glass and salute one of my old teachers. He was a really good one, shop and vocational agriculture teacher. He passed away just a couple days ago, so I'm just going to give him, if you can, raise your glass to Mr. Sabiga. Good luck on your next assignment, my friend. All right. Okay, that Jack Daniels burned like hell. All right, let's get this started up.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
And we're not going to waste any time. We're going to go into the first of these stories that happened. Now, there wasn't a lot of in the comments that I could use for the past week as far as here, but apparently you guys like this one. Can't we just be friends? And of course, at the bottom there, please choose option B. You'd be astounded how often I've used that in my career. And it's been given to me a few times as well. More often than not, I end up choosing option A because I'm not stupid. It's pick your battles. That's all I'm saying. Aside from that, I just want to say, if you look on the thumbnail, you can see up on the upper pylons. I don't know what's going on in the chat. You guys are doing what is the sound not coming in or something? Okay, I just see a whole bunch of folks coming in. Anyways, on the upper pylons here, since you notice there's syntax twice, okay, whenever there's two, whoever notices both first, that's who gets the shout out. So if you shouted out one, then or said there was one where it was, you got pushed down the line unless you see them both. So keep your eyes out in case there's two. Aside from that, not too much to say on this. Pretty much everybody was saying that they just enjoyed it. And you know what? I'm glad you did. That's what we're here for. All right, going straight into the next one. Shore leave. Okay, guys, this one was for fun. And you can tell by the end, it was just for fun. What, okay, I must have missed something here. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, never mind. I see what you're talking about, guys. Sorry, I only see it on my peripheral, so let me get back to it. Shore leave. Okay. By the way, I did put a Spaceballs joke actually in here. If you notice what's written in yellow, let's see how well you handle it. Yes, that was there specifically for Spaceballs. Nobody caught it though, which surprised me. I mean, come on. It makes me wonder,
how many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
I mean, crazy. And hold on. I see something that is complete.
For the Emperor!
Sorry, I forgot I changed that. I thought it was going to say heresy. All right, with MTF Guard dropping the first super chat of the night. And he says, wonderful, terrible news. Okay, do tell. The snowstorms are coming back around for round 2. Sorry for your loss, Sin. Well, I've only talked to him a little bit in there. It's a shame to lose a good man. And it is what it is. He didn't quite get to the point where we will have the technology that's supposedly 2036, where we'll be able to just basically regenerate and all this other fun stuff. So we can get into that later if you guys want, how I know that. Anyways, but yeah, the snowstorms are definitely coming back. I actually have it written down in here. And if you guys actually saw on the thumbnail that was up where it says it is cold as in abbreviation, as an acronym, COLD. We're going to get into that, especially you guys. We got a few here that have been living in cities your entire lives, and that's not a go. It's not giving you shit. That's just stating a fact. Just like if somebody told me I didn't know shit about city living, I'd say no shit. Anyway, hold on. I got to get back out of this
slip space rupture
and come back to. And by the way, guys, I tried to find that soundbite like 3 times in the past week. I've gone in, and no shit, the closest I ever found was right at the tail end when the CCS battlecruiser goes over the chief and the arbiter, and then arbiter goes, "What, more brutes?" And he goes, "No, worse." I was like, "Where's the rest of the soundbite, you fucking asshole?" Paid like $5 for the soundbite, and it's not even there. Anyway, as far as shore leave goes, yes, the end of that was meant to just say exactly what it was supposed to be. Yes, they did end up meet with the crewmate's family towards the end, and they didn't know it. However, somebody thought when he was talking about his sister, they were going to hear banjos and shotguns. Nope, wasn't going to do that. Wasn't going to go into, what's the word? God damn, I can't. Deliverance territory. Wasn't planning on doing that. Absolutely not. I mean, I could if that's what you guys want, but I really don't do commission work for you guys anymore, or for anybody anymore. Not on that one. I got away from that stuff because it's boring, it's stupid, and a lot of times gross. I do hint at a lot of it. Obviously, this guy, the main character on this one, on shore leave, the only thing he was really giving a shit about was relaxing and cleaning out the pipes while his ship got maintenance done. And, well, maintenance did get done. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
It was at this moment that he...
Ah, shit.
Giggity, giggity, giggity goo. Stick around.
So anyways, let's see. Not much left on shore leave, so I'm just going to run over and say, hey, that's not human. And yes, you guys were right. And yes, Erica, no one can handle the Schwartz very well. Although if you think Kathleen Kennedy, she says the Schwartz is handled by females. So whatever. I'm not going to give that one props. All right. It was requested. I actually had a little bit of writer's block, guys. And I was like, oh, duh, you guys sent me stuff in, and I'm still going through it. And we'll go over another one that was requested. However, somebody brought in this one was talking about people who were almost human, like their neighbor. I'm not going to mention who you were, mainly because I forgot to write it down. I do have to say this, Erica, when I was going through this, I wanted to make this a one-off. However, I found very, 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 very quickly that this could be an actual book series. If somebody wanted me to, like, if they commissioned me to write a book series, I would write a fucking book series on this. It is actually very easy to do so because the amount of different cryptids and ethereal beings and things that cross the line between the two, holy jumping Jehoshaphat's, that's a lot. That is so many. So if you guys want to go into that, those of you who are fantasy writers, by all means, flush out each and every single one, just like I was doing with the files. But I haven't done the files in a while. So, yeah. Anyways, just want to say, yeah, Erica, it was an excellent idea. And yeah, could have easily been expanded. I just didn't want to. Because I'm trying to do a lot of one-offs, and that's just for channel algorithm's sake, guys. All right, jumping into the next one. Love and hate. Gee, I wonder which one's dropping tonight at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Could this be the original thumbnail that you guys saw? Or could you look in the upper left corner and see that it's part 2? And wait a minute, somebody came in with super chat. It's Erica. How do you pronounce her name again? And yep, that's Erica with a $10 super chat. She says, thank you for all the good stories. I like Not Human. I'm glad you liked it because it was your suggestion. All right. All right. Thank you again for the super chat, Erica. Very much appreciated. And again, not a lot in the comment section except for you guys playing the game, obviously. And a lot of, hey, it's a good one. You know, if you guys want to hype it, I'd appreciate it, especially since there wasn't much to go at as far as talking about with comments. So I do have to say this. The reason, just like everybody else, content slowed on the channel because of the storm. Okay, pure and simple. It was just a storm. I was too busy digging myself out, and I don't have a plow. I had to use the plow on the excavator, which, by the way, is not so fun when you're working on a hill that you end up sliding down backwards. Okay, anybody here who's worked on an excavator, even this 5-ton excavator I'm on, those rubber tracks just didn't dig into shit, and down I went on the ice, and I'm just like thinking the whole time, please God, don't let this thing tip. I'm actually braking by lowering the plow on the front just enough to dig in and slowly letting myself slide down the hill. Fun. Ask anybody who's been in a big rig and they start sliding backwards. Whew. Pucker factor of well over 9,000. However, I'm pretty much back to it. We do have the second dose of snow coming in. And since I'm going to be shifting gears here, I'm going to start with our first very short clip of the night. And that is...
Draw the heat. Just deliver that package. Here's our destination, 6. Hello.
Ow. By the way, I didn't review these clips before I put them in. Please don't send me... Well, actually, Guard sends me the vast majority of stuff, so I don't have to worry about him sending me things that are inappropriate. I think you know, Guard, very well what's appropriate, what's not for YouTube. All right. Before I move on, let me get that off here. I just got to remind people to make... Oh, God damn it. Make sure that you are still subscribed, okay? I've seen several people all of a sudden just unsubscribed all of a sudden, so make sure you are still there. All right. Let me get out of that. Okay. Now, before I get into the pop culture stuff, I do want to go into, because, guys, I actually care and I actually give a shit. This is one of the classes that I gave in the service. It takes like a minute, but it might save your life. Okay, remember how I said COLD was an acronym? That's how you stay alive. Now, you guys who are in the rural areas, you already know most of this stuff, so it's perfectly fine. And so just allow me to rant just a little bit. And who knows, maybe I'll run across something that's you go, what the hell was that? So the acronym COLD, first off, keep clean. Your body needs to thermal regulate. If you're all dirty and sweaty and nasty and scummy and slimy and all that shit, your body can't thermal regulate. You can't moderate your body temperature. You'll overheat and then you get cold. Speaking of which, that's what the O is. Don't overheat. You start to overheat, you will immediately start to sweat. And because you'll immediately start to sweat, the water next to your skin is going to just yank that heat out of your system. That's why if you ever watch Survivor Man, he says you sweat, you die. Because if you get all sweaty during the day and you lay down, then you're fucked. Now, the L, loose layers. Lots of loose layers. It's actually supposed to be 3 L's. The reason for that is so you can, again, regulate how warm and cold you are. One layer is going to feel real warm, but I guarantee you're sweating underneath that thing and you don't even realize it. And when you crack that thing open, and you're not just going to feel a burst of cool air, you're all of a sudden going to be like, holy fuck, I'm cold. If you ever get that, holy fuck, I'm cold, and it's not like 0 degrees Fahrenheit, you're sweating underneath that parka. And the last one should be obvious. Keep dry. Keep dry and do yourselves the biggest favor. Have an extra set of wool socks, which I am currently wearing, actually, on standby. Wool retains heat, even if completely drenched, up to 70% of its heat retention. Okay? You don't want to have all sorts of bad shit happen to you and then you make it worse. Okay? If nothing else in your car, extra gloves, extra socks, preferably extra boots if you don't already wear them, and a coat. At minimum, you're going to need that if you plan on walking out. So as I get back, I'm sure a lot of you are sitting there going, God damn it! This is not what I came in to watch. All right. Next thing I want to go over is, you guys heard of the Amelia, the CGI purple-haired goth girl that is just pissing off the woke people to absolutely no end. Well, apparently she's not just British anymore. She's German. And I'm waiting to see the one they do in America where she comes in, it's like, and says something about the migrants while she's like holding a couple pistoleros or holding a friggin' Barrett 50 cal. And, you know, just to piss people off, because I guarantee that's going to work wonders. And people who think too highly of themselves just need to be pulled back down, sometimes by the throat, sometimes by the short hairs, but you got to keep them level. All right. And I will say this, it's nice to let your ego take over a little bit. When I was offered to do a class on story construction and how YouTube works to a bunch of teenagers over at the local library, I might not be getting paid, but I like to set people up for success. And it did stroke my ego. We'll just call it my ego for a little while. Okay. So on to the next one. And I kind of wish I had a picture of it, but I'm kind of glad I don't. But what we're going to be talking next is Starfleet Academy. Wow, that thing crashed and burned hard. If you guys haven't heard about that, they, instead of putting it out on a streaming service that you have to pay for, they put it out on YouTube for free. It was the first episode and possibly the second one. And at the same exact time, one of the biggest streamers in the world just put a little Spock figurine on the back of his chair and did a live stream. That's all you saw was that Spock figurine. And he got more views, like 3 times more views than that show did. And I'm just like, wow. And it just shows how horrible it is. It's so bad that they have officially canceled everything. And how the hell do you lose to a streamer if you're streaming a brand? My head hurts. I'm sorry. My head hurts now. But we all knew that one was going to be dead on arrival. We all did. And it is what it is. And I'm sure the folks who wanted it to succeed have some
Emotional damage.
But you know what? I look at all of them and I say,
congratulations, you played yourself.
By making such a giant turd like that. And I knew it was going to crash and burn when I saw the captain curled up like a cat in her command couch, which is basically just a giant chair. And then 2 guys who are in uniform walking like they're actually in a military, and some bureaucrat walks up with no shoes on. Oh, I just find it more comfortable. This is supposed to be a functioning military. What the fuck is wrong with you? All right, as I back the hell away from that, beep, beep, beep. Let's see, going into the games, folks. I know, Guard, you're big into the games. Prince of Persia, from what I keep hearing, has been officially canceled. However, I don't actually have that. And somebody, it seems to be pulling up right now. Somebody's outside. Maybe I should go check the garage. Oh, no. That's Brian's here. Hey, turn it off. Okay, there we go. And he says, anyway, to increase the video volume, great stories. Oh, are my videos coming in low? I can easily change that. That's easy. All I gotta do is do a little, you know what? I'm not gonna do it now, but that's like, I could easily just jump up like that if I wanted to. But all I have to do is adjust my settings here. That's easy. Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much. I will definitely look into that, and I will increase on that. I didn't know it was getting so low. I know on my editing software, I see the bar where it shows my voice. I don't like to have it spiked too high because then it tends to get crunchy, for lack of a better term. But if it's too low, I will definitely do that. From here on out, Brian, I'm going to crank it up a little bit more, and I'll make sure it's good. Thank you very much for the heads up, because I always want to give you guys a better product. And if I'm fucking up by the numbers, you guys got to fix me. Seriously, you're not the only assholes. I'm one of them. Just the right type of asshole. But time to move on to the next item here. Fable. This one's, I mean, seriously, I think people are burned out on medieval stuff, but holy sweet Jesus. They fixed the female character. Now she doesn't look like some big bruiser retarded guy. Actually looks like a female. But here's the fun thing. They just ran another group, a focus group across it, and they all said the same thing. You fix the female character, are you going to fix the male characters? Because apparently all the male characters are walking kind of dainty. And I swear somebody's going to cut that and make a stupid video on that. But it's just, oh, guard, I know Poland loves her. Poland is the most based place on that side of the pond. Holy jumping Jehoshaphat. But I know I'm trying not to hit politics too much. But yeah, I know Poland will love them. They have a you cross our border, you can be shot on sight rule. I'm not even joking. So anyways, as far as Fable goes, they might be able to fix it before they release. I don't know. The way a lot of these places are going, they're getting sweet babied so much, and it's bad enough. Every time I see a female character in video games, I start to wonder, it's a trap. Or maybe, I don't know nowadays. All right. By the way, Chris, you were still good for another 2 weeks. But anyways, we got a hold on. Where is it? Oh, shoot. Did I take it off of my freaking button here? Oh, man. Here, let's do this.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
It is our Prozac with pancakes. He says, I learned that when asked my thoughts on joining an HOA, please don't, responding by singing the World War II German marching song is frowned on. Who knew? Oh, shit, that's funny. Wow. Okay. To me, that's hilarious, man. Is absolutely hilarious because I despise HOAs with a motherfucking passion. Okay. I don't mean to curse this much, but every single person I've known that has been part of an HOA has initially liked it, but has despised it, and is usually the reason they sell their house, or in at least one case, condo. And I'm just like, oi. That's about as good as somebody showed me. If you see a whole bunch of protesters walking by, you put the Imperial March from Star Wars on full blast and let them walk past. And
What? What the fuck?
What the fuck is going on is we have Joseph Losh is back in. Hey, how you doing? Usually you jump in later. Not that I mind. And he says, props Foot Fables, Grave 4 in Captain. Oh, Fables in Captain Morgan. Hold on, let me get this right. Is that the Captain Morgan? No, wait, sorry, wrong hand. Thank you both, and yeah, Fables. I mean, it has a good premise, but it just, I don't know. I think medieval games kind of ran their course really quick. I know if I have to see another like preview, these like 2-minute previews of another isekai where they're brought back to medieval Europe, I'm gonna scream. I don't want to break my computer or break the TV I'm working with here, but good God, it's annoying. Find something else. By the way, when they finally do the guy where he wakes up aboard his own ship, I think they're going to do that one really well. I don't know the name of it, but that story is done surprisingly well. It's not a sailing ship. It's an actual spaceship. So it's actually science fiction isekai. and they don't do nearly enough of those. They had one going where the guy was the leader or emperor of a kingdom, where he's like the emperor of multiple planets. And what the fuck over? They did the first season. I don't know if they're making another season. They should. It was really the manga is really good. Yes, they do want Amelia to be their girlfriend. Women like that would break you off, literally. All right, coming back down to earth, cutting my boosters. I see on here Knight's Path, another game that's supposed to be coming out. They're getting a lot of shit because they actually refuse to be woke. Guard, take note on this one. So far they've refused to be woke, and they're surprisingly getting better reviews. Everyone's saying the game is better than it should be. So you guys are going to have to keep me posted on that one. Let me know. I'm not a big gamer. I just do not have the time. Just doesn't work. Let's see. Okay, here's a really fun one. And all I can say is Disney is finally getting the
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Because the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer came out, and they got completely monkey stomped by the He, She, It Man movie that's coming out. And yes, we will be talking about He, She-Ra, It Man, whatever the fuck it is, here in a second. However, I do have to say that it's just the fact that they shot themselves in the ass by going full woke with the Mando, and then they totally butchered Boba Fett. Totally butchered that character. I didn't even get to see the whole thing. I didn't want to. And it was dumb. Everyone's looking at Star Wars, or as I would call it, Star Wars, and saying, no. You know what? Now I wish I actually put that up here as a funny. But I only have so many spots. In any case, it doesn't look bad. However, I don't know, because Kennedy just left, if it's not going to be like seriously woke off its ass. It looks a lot like it's focused more on the Yoda wannabe than it is on Mando, which honestly, that's not why I would tune in. I would want to see him blast a whole bunch of people away that deserve to be blasted away. You know, kill some more Jawas. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, come on. Why would anybody care? They're furry. Real furry. Yeah, they do need more blue-green milk out of a freaking sea cow or something. Give me a wow. Ugh. Leonid, we're going to be talking about the He, She, Ra Man here in a second. And you'll find out why I call it that. All right, down here, the video game High Guard. Don't bother. At most, it got a 31% improvement rating out of 100. And that was due to being woke. I actually wrote it. I'm reading it right here. Due to woke. And game is just bad. That's all anybody said. Game is just bad. Don't bother playing it. Don't buy it. It's terrible. You know, if you want to roll the dice, you want to roll that 50-sided die, go for it. Absolutely go for it. That being said, yeah. Oh, don't worry, Brian. We'll get in the Trekkie Trek a little bit more here. I already touched on it. However, as far as movies go, there's another one that everyone's saying, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Because something definitely is not right at that point. Because, well, some director named Nolan, he's doing The Odyssey. The very first scene is a black rapper in The Odyssey, based in Greece and the Mediterranean. My brain hurts. No, I'm sorry, but no, it just doesn't work. You want your diversity, You want to appeal to modern audiences. Yeah, bullshit. Freaking, I would tell you to lick my left nut, but you actually would. And no. It's so bad that every reviewer I watched on it said the same thing. They won't even go and watch it. They're not going to review it because they know it's going to be garbage. Okay, I got down on here. Mando and Grogu, too many they don't care about Star Wars anymore. Yep, I already touched about that. All right. Let me adjust fire here, and we'll adjust fire. Well, that was interesting considering we were just talking about Star Wars. See, that's the sort of thing I don't mind. I mean, as a video game, it's okay. As far as I haven't really played the video games, but that seems okay. And not to mention the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch to a point, not so much, but that wasn't bad. The actual being around the clones was actually really good. I can have enough of laser or space wizards glow with their glowing dildos around. It's bad enough you just saw that video while the guy's double penetrating a robot. I mean, come on. How else are you going to deal with that? So back to the movie that I was teasing about. Just a little bit of a tease. Just teasing a little. Now, He-Man, okay. Am I going to go and watch it? Fuck no. I refuse to, okay? I grew up, it's one of the very first cartoons I ever watched, if not the first cartoon I ever watched, okay? I'm in my mid-fucking 40s, motherfucker. If I'm going to go watch something that's nostalgic, it has got to match, okay, as close as you fucking can. And some of these things were so easy to match, it is painful. Okay. And I can even go away from the race swap friggin' Man-at-Arms. Okay. That was enough to turn a lot of people off. I got nothing against the actor. Actually, when I saw him in what was that one? He played God damn it. I'm trying to remember the name of his character. But he played an assassin next to the Patriot-looking guy who's assassin. And when they were going, like, competing, you know, who's the better killer and stuff like that, that shit was hilarious. He's a really good actor. I just don't want him to play Man-at-Arms. Sue me, hurt me if you want, okay? But if you have a preset character, if you erase or gender swap a preset character, blow me. But even beyond that, okay? Cringer. This is the easiest fix. Cringer is supposed to look weak as all fuck before he changes into Battle Cat. When you see him in the previews as Cringer, he's big, he's bulky, he's wide, he's standing proud. No, Cringer always had his head down. He was always scurrying along. He had a problem, okay? And it was a mental problem that could only be solved by zapping him really hard with a magic sword. Usually he was running away, so you know where he was getting zapped. Maybe he got it off on it. I don't know. But they're showing Cringer already as Battle Cat. Wrong. That's the easiest thing you can fix right there. It's a CGI pussy. I mean, or putty tat. You know, I'll leave it at that. I thought I saw a putty tat. Yeah, but it was the wrong fucking putty tat. I'm going to tell you that. It's so freaking bad. That alone, I was just like, no. And by the way, if you're going to have Cringer, where the flying fuck knuckles is Orko? Okay, even as a kid, I knew Orko was a lot more powerful than he showed. Okay, the only time they did him right was in that Netflix thing where he actually reached his potential. And he was going toe-to-toe with the strongest beings in the universe at that time. Okay, where's Orko? And you can't tell me you couldn't CGI his tiny little blue ass because you have a full-size tiger out there. Hold on. I need a drink. I need to calm down. Okay. Aside from, I'm going to leave Orko aside. I'm going to leave Man-at-Arms aside. I'm going to leave Cringer aside for now. And let's just talk about the guy who plays he, him. And, oh, sweet Jesus. That kid he may be fit, and I give major props to somebody who works out that hard to get in that shape. Again, serious respect. I know how much time that takes. I know how much dedication it takes. I have been in shape like that before, and I was in the gym 3 fucking times a day. No fucking joke, or at least working out 3 times a day. It takes a lot. And I give mad props to that, but he is too skinny to play the part of He-Man. He's not even tall enough to play the part of He-Man. And I mean, I look at this kid. Does he look like somebody who might be, swinging the other side of the fence like Prince Adam? Yeah, he does kind of give off that vibe with the goofy haircut and all that shit. But I mean, I look at him, I'm like, okay, this is a pretty boy. This is them trying desperately to pull women into the theaters. Again, I know how much time it takes for him to be that fit. However, most pretty people cannot act. They cannot act to save their right eye, their right lung, or their left nut. They can't act for shit. And God help us if they actually get in any way, shape, or form any notoriety nowadays, they want to take over everything. Not the producing, because that actually takes work, like serious, a lot of work. You're not sleeping for a couple of months type work. But they want to take over writing, directing, acting, everything. And I'm just like, no. I see this coming a mile fucking away. However, as far as the movie is there, here's my question. When he transforms from Prince Adam to He-Man, is he or is he not supposed to gain about 6 inches of height and about maybe a foot wider from the amount of muscle that's supposed to be on? This is a guy who's literally supposed to be able to pick up Mount Everest barehanded and chuck it into the moon. Okay, no joke. That was actually in the cartoon. And I'm just like, what am I looking at? Again, he's too damn skinny. And what could they do? Could they CGI his muscles to be bigger? Why don't they do that? They did that to Natalie Port's person in Thor Loves His Thunderbolts in the Ass, or whatever the fuck that movie was called. And I'm just like, what am I looking at? You had a chance to do it right. With all the CGI you had, you couldn't CGI the guy. Literally, all you had to do was get in the program and expand him. He's already fit. Okay, again, mad props. He's already fit. Expand the muscles. Make him talk something. Put him up against Skeletor, who's a little shorter or something like that. So he looks bigger. They perceive him as, that's all they had to fucking do. And they're not. They're fucking up by the numbers. So, on to probably my biggest gripe of the whole thing. Believe me, it gets worse. Is the fact that is not He-Man's backstory. It never was. What they are doing is She-Ra's backstory. She-Ra grew up on another planet. She-Ra was brought back to her parents and then got a hold of her sword. That was She-Ra's backstory. That's why I call it She-Ra Man. Okay? Why are they trying to interweave the two? Because everybody knows that even if it's only a little bit after the movie, they'll have a post-credit scene that hints at, guess what? She-Ra. Why? Because they have to. They want to make this a franchise, but they're killing it. and not in a good way. They're actually taking it outside and blasting it in the back of the fucking head. Oh, it is so bad. Oy. Just, it looks bad. It sounds bad. I mean, CGI wise, it looks wonderful, but I swear and here's one of the big things they really screwed up on with Man-at-Arms. And I'm going to leave He-Man at this. If you follow the lore, the original lore, Man-at-Arms is supposed to be, I think her name's Talia or something like that, the love interest of He-Man. She is supposed to be his biological daughter. He hooked up with the Enchantress at one point when he lost his memories. He got injured in battle. He lost his memories. They found each other. They hooked up. And he,
Swing!
Inside her. And there you go. That is supposed to be his biological daughter. However, she's completely pale and red hair. That shit will not happen with a mixed race parent. So what they're doing, again, they're taking a giant shit on the lore. I mean, it's bad enough the Netflix show took a big old shit on the lore because the Empress herself, the one who changes into a birdie bird, once she became, or not the Empress, the Enchantress, whatever, she doesn't age. She is as immortal as Castle Grayskull itself. It actually says in the lore. So in the Netflix show, they fucked it up, and I have a feeling they're going to fuck it up again. Again, they are picking and choosing, and they're doing it wrong. You have a preset lore. You have to stick with it as close as you possibly can, and they did not. Okay, I am going to get away from that, but now you guys know where I stand on it. All right, last brand new video for right now as we get ready to go into comments.
Clear the deck, Star Killer. We need to get our fighters out there.
Okay, as that was going, I was trying to actually find out where I'm going to start. I'm going to start right here. With Lena, it says, this ship is too big. If I'm going to walk, oh, hold on. This ship is too big. If I walk, the movie will be over. Spaceballs. I'm going to have to act, I don't know if I can. I'm actually literally my stream deck. I don't know if I can hold it up for you. No joke. It is completely full, top to bottom. That's one of the sound effects I use. And this is the bigger one. They do come larger.
Swing!
Or should I say, however, I got to find out what's there because I always got to have the stuff for you guys. I mean, we've already had, Brian with his motorcycle come in. We had Erica saying, and we had Guard with For the Emperor! However, Joseph, I don't know what to use for you. I mean, like I said, I didn't know what. I mean, I just saw your name and went. So we'll use that for now. Anyway, Erica's up here. She says, shore leave, sun, sand, fun, and return to the ship 5 sheets to the wind and not remember anything about it. Oh, he remembers all right because he's so drained he can't forget. And oddly enough, this was actually somebody sent me a comic that was kind of medieval, similar idea, which really helped out on that one. Let's see. Boris never says sin. Funny or serious stories? To me, I don't know. I'm waiting for a healer with guns. I have not worked on that in a while, and I really should. And I'm glad you brought that up, War Sniper, because I actually want to ask that of everybody, okay? Let me know if you like more funny, kind of goofy shit, or do you want more serious stories, especially for the one-offs. I have to split them because doing both is impossible. Those are the antithesis of each other, okay? Can you have jokes in a serious story or serious points in a funny story? Yes, but you can't have a story that constantly mixes the two. I have never known anybody who can do that unless it's a 100% satire. And even then, most people don't even know it's like Starship Troopers. People didn't realize that was meant to be satire. They looked at it as though it was serious. Probably because the acting was done straight and the special effects were done really well, especially with the limited budget they had. And let's see, here's Guard saying, "May the Schwartz be with you." What a world. And Chris was okay. He's talking with Doug. Looked up the laws, and they can't do anything during the cold weather at 15. Whoa, shit. Okay, sorry, something slipped. And what do I have for this one?
You gotta be fucking kidding.
It's somebody we haven't seen in a while. It's the Wildcat. How you doing, man? We haven't seen you in a bit. And I remember actually doing your thumbnails a long time ago. I actually used the comic book character from DC, Wildcat. Probably the best hand-to-hand fighter in all of DC Comics. And even though without superpowers, he can beat everybody's ass blindfolded. I mean, you just couldn't take him down. And actually, when he was voiced in Batman the Brave and the Bold, I don't know if you guys realize that was R. Lee Ermey from Full Metal Jacket. He actually did the voice for that. So thank you very much, Wildcat. And he says, thanks for the stories with his $10 super chat. Oh, sorry. 10, I believe that's Euro super chat. And thank you very much, Wildcat. Very, very much appreciate that. And hopefully over on that side of the pond, you're enjoying Amelia too. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right, let me scroll up somewhere where I was. I don't know where I was. Seriously, where the fuck was I? Oh, shit. Let's see. Let's see. Joseph said, imagine if cryptids had regional bias. See, like I said, that one story, and I kind of, yeah, it's right here. Not human. That one could be a full book series, and you could actually do that. Like they have certain territories, or certain cryptids have certain territories that they just won't cross. Now, there is a firm belief that the supposed cryptids you find in the national forest cannot go beyond the bounds of the national forest for whatever reason that they follow. I don't know. I heard that once, and I was just like, really? That's just trying to make people feel better when they leave the park, because these guys will actually follow you. Lenin says, I can't charge people for writing fanfics unless they want a nice printed books. I meant they can't charge people for writing fanfics. I know Disney and Lucasfilm is trying to clamp down on everybody who is writing fan fictions. If you did any videos on YouTube and didn't immediately demonetize yourself, they are coming after those guys hard. Holy shit. As far as writing fanfics, if they can't come at us, well, maybe I'll just dig out the one for DC Comics. It's on my hard drive right there. I'll have to print it out. I never did finish it. It's fairly old, but hopefully it's something you guys would enjoy. I don't know if you guys would want me to bring in superheroes or not. You know, I had to make a whole new character for it to work. But I will say this. At one point, I did actually have a friend of mine, his wife. Well, I should say she's his now wife. At least last time we know it was his wife. She at one point was laughing. At another point, I looked and she's got tears just flowing down her face like crazy. I'm like, okay, is she going to hit me or something? Because most women hit you when they're crying. What's going on? And she's like, I can't believe that happened. Oh my God, that's so sad. I'm like, well, yeah, it's supposed to be sad. So if it's reaching up, grab you by the heart and twist, then I probably did my job right. So anyways, I'll look into doing that. Yeah. Oh, looking HOA laws. Oh boy. Yeah. Fun. I hate those. Doug says about the pucker factor you get when you're going down a Widowmaker Hill in Oregon to your rake line has broke, and all you have to slow down enough to handle the hill is your Jake until you find a runaway. Yeah. I've actually been on the highway and the guy just pulled down on his horn and everybody just moved. And I'm like, what the hell's he doing? And my passengers, pull over, goddamn, pull over, and almost pulled the wheel sideways. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And he just went right past us, and no joke, you just see the smoke coming out from he had burned his brakes off. He had come over the hill too fast, and this wasn't even in the wintertime. Thankfully, there was a runaway. By the time we got there, he was buried in the gravel. Everything was safe. He was outside his truck like you're supposed to be, just to make sure in case anything lights. But yeah, oof. And by the way, for anybody who doesn't know what Jake brake is, have you ever been around a big rig and you all of a sudden you just, that's the Jake brake. That's them trying to slow down as best they can without locking the brakes up. It's a wonderful invention. It sounds all sorts of funny, but the damn thing works. And you know what they say? If it's stupid, but it works, it ain't stupid. Erica said, God heard my prayers. I stayed up late on Saturday and Sunday night because I was told to pray for someone's safety. And apparently it worked. Good. Guards up here says, so I tried Dairy Queen's garlic tenders. Holy fuck. They were 60% garlic and 40% tender. That shit burned after the fourth tender. I would expect so. I can't eat it at Dairy Queen's anymore. Whatever they put in their food twists my stomach in very, very bad ways. It's like somebody's trying to knit my intestines into a sweater. It's not. I can't. I eat too clean. I can't eat fast food anymore. Let's see. War Sniper says, Sin, I'm working on my videos ATM or at this moment, and Kale is assisting me with music. So maybe in 1 to 3 weeks, I will be true everything, and then I can send clips again. Okay, hey. Yeah, Linus. What about Amelia? Amelia she doing what she do. Let's see. Chris saying, okay, I see it. Visiting for 10 to 15 days can result in 5 to 10 days notice being given, but I'm trying to see if there's a medical exemption. Oh boy. I'm in the middle of that conversation. I don't think, let's see. Guard says, bro, the Halo clip took 20 minutes to do. Halo Reach's melee system is so janky. Yeah. Once they went from Bungie to 343, everything just went to shit. It's well noted that those people hate Halo. I don't know why, but they do. And you look at him and go, dude, you have one job. That's to make a good Halo game, but I don't like Halo. Well, then get the fuck out. He's like, man, my lord, like I hit the ground and died so many times. Yeah, I'd say so. I've even when I was doing, I think it was Halo 4 with Locke and all them with the new Spartan armor jumping down and crunching. You'd be amazed how many times I missed. And the guy would just sit there and blast me right in the side of the head. Like, you dummy. Guardian said, that's why when I go camping, I use a sleeping bag. It has to have wool or cotton inner liner. I recommend the wool just because the cotton, if it gets wet, it's actually going to make you colder. Synthetic inner liner makes me sweat and I can't sleep. No, the only thing synthetic should be the actual outer shell, also known as the baby sack. That being said, now I got a little too used to Army issue because it comes in 3 parts. You got the bivy sack around you. You have your summer light, which honestly is for spring and fall. And then you have your winter sleeping bag. And even then, we used to take our poncho liners, fold them in half, and slide them in under the sleeping bags to give us more anything between the ground and us. And that worked out really well. But you really got to line them up specifically for where you're going to go. And our sleeping bag's great. Yes. My personal favorite, if you're camping with somebody, get the sleeping bags that unzip and then zip together into one bag. It just makes things so much more comfortable, unless you are comfortable sleeping in the same bag with said person. Maybe they roll too much. Maybe they snore. Maybe they get handsy on you, which unfortunately has happened to me a few times. Mostly the roll onto you like thing. And all of a sudden, you're like, what? Huh? What? Why are you waking me up? I didn't wake you up. Lena says, apparently there's an AI parody of Starfuck Academy, and it was better than the actual show. I haven't seen it. Have not seen it. Eric is saying, I specifically prayed for someone sliding downhill backwards in a bob. Oh God. That could be really, really bad.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Something is right, because we have somebody I don't want to skip who just came in and says, thank you for the stories and commentary. You are quite welcome, my friend. And let me just write you down. Oh, skip. Okay. Hopefully you don't mind having on your shout outs the battleships there. And by the way, Wildcat, if you want something different during your shout outs as far as visuals, you got to let me know. Same thing with you, Joe or Joseph. I need to know. If nothing else, let me know on that. And also, don't forget, if you look down below, guys, into the Meat Gazer box there is a new Discord there, and that's the one I check every morning. When it pops up on my screen first thing in the morning, I always check it now. I got a new one. Ava's been helping me out for months because, well, I didn't have my head on my 4th point of contact. So, but still, I got the new one there. And if you want something specific, you got to let me know. Okay. Okay. I was somewhere around here. But yeah, Erica, sliding backwards down the hill in a bobcat, that they could tumble very, very easily. That could be bad. Very, very bad, actually. Doug says, there's another movie that bombed severely. A movie called Millennia. And I laughed my ass off at the reviews. I didn't even know there was one out. But the thing is, I didn't even get to see the last Avatar one, and I seen the other ones. I wanted to see how good the CGI was, and now it's now it's out of the theaters. It's crazy. And yeah, whatever. A lot of movies are just dying because now you can make an entire movie, a CGI movie, on YouTube. I just saw another one today. It was like 10 minutes, and it was all about these giants literally plummeting to the planet and causing an apocalypse, and how people survived and how they finally found a way to beat their ass. However, spoiler alert, we don't like spoilers, but I don't know you guys are going to come across this one. They basically watched Thundercats and said, how did Mumra get defeated? And I rolled my eyes so hard my head hurts. Another reason for the whiskey. All right. Guards here says, Amelia, Poland loves her. Sorry, I had to be specific. Yes, again, they're the most based SOBs we got going, at least on that side of the pond. So everybody else, I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Okay, Lena says, I think just want Amelia to be their girlfriend. Yeah, I'd read that before. Yes, very much. Why? Because she's just this little petite thing. You know, that's the one thing they forgot with the woke is if you're going to be woke, you got to be fat and just a nasty attitude, not polite. Polite is a sign of society, just like lining up for the queue, you know, in the line, waiting your turn. That's part of society, not rushing in and pushing everybody inside saying, no, me first, me only, fuck you guys. No, it's, let's see. Brian says, need to join you guys with an adult beverage. Yep, got mine. Chris says, come on, we all know what the people want is the new anniversary release of Skyrim Deluxe Anniversary Edition. Even thinking about that makes my head spin, dude. And I'm not even talking about the drink here. Down here, Guardian says, ironically, I was watching In Another World with my smartphone just before the live stream. That I didn't get to see the second season just because I just didn't get a chance to see it. But a lot of people talk bad about that one. I don't think it's that bad. I think the ones that tried to copy it did a shit job, an absolute dog shit job. There was one trying to rip off Norse mythology at the same time. I'm like, no, fuck off and die. It was so freaking bad. But I thought, you know, as a goofy, you know, power fantasy one, In Another World with smartphone isn't too bad. Although this guy being afraid of actually petrified of women's panties, he's got some problems. And I'm like, dude, grow a fucking pair and get on with it. Yeah, there's Chris with Star Wars needs more blue milk. Yeah. Let's see. Guard says, me and my neighbor were asked to join, and then both of us started blasting music, a very spicy variety. We both played Illegals in My Yard while his kids danced to it. Wow. You know what? I don't feel like getting this stream shut down, so I'm going to leave that one alone. Yeah, both banned from joining, I'm sure. Let's see. Brian says, I refuse to watch the new Star Trek crap. Yeah, it is just complete and total garbage. The problem is Trek hasn't been really good. The thing is, they don't add anything to the lore of the Treks anymore, except for let's be as progressive as possible. And just that really took off with Star Trek Voyager. Okay, anything attached to that show has just been absolute crap, absolute shit, and nobody wants to agree with it. Okay, and that show, we try watching that show through a lens of they're stuck in the middle of another side of they're out of the known universe, and how is their ship still functioning again? Without some magic, everything kind of works out like 2.5 Men, where everything just kind of works out for Charlie Sheen every time he goes and does something stupid. You know, it's the same ridiculousness. Let's see, Guard here. Like, we don't see eye to eye on everything, but we both agreed that we are not interested in joining an HOA. Well, fuck HOAs right up the ass. Actually, no, they might enjoy that. Sorry, guys. I got a splinter in my hand. That's annoying me. Okay, let's see. Lena says, people really wanted bronze armor instead of the Batman armor in Odyssey. Okay, I haven't seen any more of the Odyssey stuff, so I can't say too much. Gar says, the only thing that interests me about the new Mendo series is that Jabba the Hutt's son is that's who it is? I saw the Hutt doing the whole, yeah, I'm a badass, you know, the actual Hutt with muscle. So he has rejected the modern Hutt lifestyle and chose their old lifestyle. Okay. Because before the Hutts were blobs, they were a gladiator species. How can they be a gladiator species moving that slow? If so, you got to show me something, because every time they've shown Hutts, they move very, very sluggishly. Let's see. Guard says they were able to become Jedi and Sith too, and they were. That one I knew. Chris says Dolph Lundgren is the only real He-Man. Yeah, he kind of fit the part because he was never Prince Adam. He was always He-Man the entire time, which worked. I mean, he wasn't, built huge, super defined, but he fit the role enough. I mean, they didn't have a lot to work with, and that was one of the movies that ended up in production hell. That's one of the reasons why it was kind of for back in the day. Let's see. Guard says The Force Unleashed 2 is the game I was playing. It's pretty fun. Hey, when it comes to Star Wars, okay, the games can be fun. And me personally, when you get some guys out there and they got the glowing dildos and they're actually doing their dance, because they're not actually fighting, obviously, but I give them props, because that takes a lot of practice, a lot of dedication, and you're going to be so exhausted at the end of some of that. I know, because I used to not only get taught kendo, but I used to teach it to a point. I could show people the basics, and that's as far as I could get. The actual fancy schmancy shit I couldn't teach. Me personally, I'm better off with a broadsword anyway. Regardless, case in point, if you guys get a chance, watch on YouTube. They actually had an orchestra playing Duel of Fates, and no joke, two guys came out and they did the entire Skywalker versus Kenobi fight right there on the stage between the orchestra and the audience. And I'm just like, guys, this is just good. I mean, just pure enough, just holy shit. That was just good. And I can respect that. I appreciate that. And I will enjoy watching something like that. But as far as the way they're going with the movies, and a lot of the TV shows are going to shit now, it's just, Yeah, Eric said, I love Orko. He was sneaky. Orko was actually, nobody ever specified what he was. Not officially. Let's see. Elena says, He-Man is probably going to date that redhead. He's supposed to not just date her. If you follow the lore, she ends up being the next queen of Eternia, and he's the king. When they actually vanquish Skeletor, depending on if you follow the original lore or the new lore, he's either vanquished into some sort of shadow zone because he tried to do something and it backfired because He-Man punched him into the wrong area, or you see the one where Skeletor is actually given his original body back and he becomes Keldor, the He-Man's uncle, who believed he was supposed to inherit the throne, but since he was considered a bastard son, he couldn't officially inherit shit, which is the whole thing. How many people are going to die because somebody says, I want to sit on the uncomfortable chair? Where? I mean, think Game of Thrones. How many people freaking supposedly died during that because a few people were bitching and moaning, I want to sit on with a sword stuck in my ass. Ugh. And one of the key things was, even though He-Man himself would eventually end up with a redhead, she wanted nothing to do with him. She wanted He-Man, even though they looked identical, really, at least in facial features. But she didn't want Prince Adam at all. She thought he was a stuck-up little bitch, which he kind of was. Or pampered, not stuck up. But I mean, what the fuck, over? Let's see. Guards here. He says, it's an alternate timeline Star Wars, and for good reason. The character I'm playing is powerful enough to rip Star Destroyers out of the sky and fight Palpatine till he's just begging. Yeah, the Forced Unleashed, I think that's what it was. And he holds his laser dildos on his chest. Enter joke here for that one. And he continues, then Vader impaled him, and that was the first game. And apparently he was cloned or something. I saw the CGI stuff. But you can't clone Jedi. It's never been done. Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean it can't be done, dumbass. Let's see. Chris says, clearly the weatherman made a call on He-Man size. Oh, the weatherman made a call on He-Man size proportions. And this is why I only watch Weather Girls. They can at least judge 6 inches a little better. Oh, man.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Oh, man. Dude. I look at that and tell you what.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
That was funny, dude. That was just funny. Dirty as hell, but funny. Okay, you win. You win on that one, Chris. You seriously win on that. Okay, Guard says, you kill a Gorog in the second game, a literal planet killer, because in the lore, when a Gorog is born, a planet is doomed to die before it even reaches full maturity. Okay. See, I didn't know that. Lena says, I don't really want to see Earth in a He-Man. Yeah, that's everybody's complaint. Again, they shouldn't. It should just be on eternity. I don't care if those actors got to spend the entire time looking at green screens like the one I got behind me here. You know, that's part of the fucking job. I don't care if it gives them headaches. That's their job. They're paid enough to get headaches. Guard's still talking about the Gorog here. He says, and why that is, it's because it eats freaking everything it sees. Yeah, I can see that. There you go. Okay. Let me write this down. Intro. Joseph. Let's see. Coming to get you. Okay. I wonder if that's a theme song or something, because if it is, I only can do just a few seconds, like when I do Erica's. You notice my hands are up. I wasn't touching the cancellation button, because if I do, I can just do literally. I could easily do that, but I can't go over about 5 seconds. If I do, this whole thing can be freaking demonetized quick. All right, I've got that written down. Joseph continues. He says, has 2 copies of Bored with the Rings. Comedy is good if you're having fun. Excuse me. Good to know. Alan says, either style is good for me. Stories adds flexibility. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to work my way, worm my way in. Alan says, I don't know if I can show up on your live streams next week if I don't just assume that I have connection issues. Okay. Let's see. Chris says, Carmen breaking course and hitting the asteroid caused a war in Starship Troopers. Yes, she did. The bugs were innocent. Yep, they were. They actually were. For those who don't know, if you watch Starship Troopers, before the war begins, Carmen decides to change the course of her ship. Because she changes the course of her ship, a bug asteroid gets in close. Why in the hell it got that close before the sensors went off? Well, it's a fucking movie. And then she actually knocked it just enough that it ended up on Earth. And yes, she inadvertently caused the war. The bugs did not try to hit Earth. All you had to do was knock it 0.00000000000000000000001% off, and it would have gone anywhere else. Yeah, it's at that range. Even the slightest touch is going to send it into God's nowhere. That's a good one, Chris. She's almost as bad as Jenai. Sheesh. Douglas up here saying, especially the Wendigo will follow you up north. Yeah, actually, they will. Guard saying, I'm finally home. Okay, Brian, okay. So far from what I'm seeing, you guys don't actually want something specific. You just want pretty much surprise me type situation. Okay. And if that changes, just let me know in the comments section. I read my comments. The only one I don't get a chance to read much is Demon. For some reason, YouTube hates him. I'm not even joking. He had to send me a screenshot of the comments section because even when I went in on my own account and looked, I didn't see him as the first one to say, hey, where the syntax is. I don't know what the hell is going on. But he deserves better than that. That's oof. Okay, Guards up here says, I'll have to play some War Thunder or Halo Wars, 2 players versus AI. A little comp stomp there for you. Okay, Guardian says, Jacob's engine retarder brake, aka Jake brake for short. There you go. Just one of those little things that people didn't know. See, I didn't know the full name either. I always just heard it as a Jake break and call it that. Just like a lot of people hear CB radio, they don't know what it means for a civilian band. You know, it's just, it is what it is. See. Lena says, fanfics are based on the copyright material someone else owns. I don't think that people are supposed to profit from writing a fanfic, but non-profit is acceptable. Yeah. If I put it on here, I'm officially profiting from it. So I really got to be careful. If something takes off, they could easily call me and say, take it down and we sue you. And I'd have to take it down. Guard says, I might ask someone to make a picture of Sin in everyone who's actually in the live stream. Only thing I'm really missing is what everybody wants to look like. And of course, money. And then we got War Sniper. And yeah, that would be something for a title card. I mean, don't put yourself in the red on my account, guys. Again, I'm not too proud to not take what you guys send via super chats, but I'm not going to sit here and fucking beg. This isn't TikTok or beg talk, whatever you want to call it. You know, I've seen plenty of videos on that. My dad loves those types of videos. Just watch the compilations that people review. It's like, wow, I can't believe people are this bad. I'm like, yeah. Okay, War Sniper says that's Halo 5 with Spartan Lucky, if you mean the character, yeah. Guard also is up here, says, like reference pictures I can use. Yeah, go into the Discord. Sure, a few people put their photos in, and you already know what Doug looks like. I mean, he actually sent a picture, multiple pictures of him holding his kid, or sorry, his grandkid. So we got that. Guard also says, well, you know, it doesn't help that the current person in charge and who's been in charge like the past 4 years gets physically ill at the sight of real or fake firearms, even drawn in anime. Really? They get triggered by a trigger? Oh, God. Well, then they better not watch any of the old Westerns because, well, a lot of times the horse was named Trigger. Or maybe they just like horses in a messed up way. He continues, and deliberately hired people who did not like the Halo franchise and did not like first-person shooter games in general and just hated firearms and forced them to make it as unlikable as possible. They succeeded. Also, I can send more pictures of Fernan, his realm, but the YouTuber, its channel name is on it, but the art nails it. But I don't know if it allows using someone else's their art and videos as moving pictures. You know what? Send it and I'll take the heat.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
What that is the Guardian Sage. As he says, story idea. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me get a new page. I kind of burned this page up. Idea. It says, okay, humanity. Okay. Oh, shit. This thing's jumping like crazy. Okay. Humanity. Children of Gods or Galactic Missing Link. Okay. Children of Gods or Galactic Missing Link. You mean like the fish guy on Monsters vs. Aliens? Let's see. According to myth, the gods are compatible with any race. However, science also came up with the theory of a race that's compatible with all. Huh? However, science also... Okay. There we go. Compatible with all. Okay. All right. I see where you're going. Which way it's going to be. Yeah, that would be a very dialogue heavy one, because that would literally be two people sitting at a table having lunch trying to figure this out, like going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Yeah, can that be done? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but it is what it is. Let's see. We've been going for, okay. When we get to 8 o'clock my time, which is in a little less than 9 minutes, I got a little surprise for you guys. So anyways, again, and by the way, thank you very much, Guardian. Appreciate it very much. Again, everybody send stuff in. I very much appreciate you guys actually are paying for the equipment and you're paying for the system to actually function, because the stream, you actually have to pay every year for it. At least on my end, because I'm hosting it. But as far, by the way, the moving picture thing there, War Sniper, I'll take the hit. I will gladly take the hit. He says, I'll check it out. I have a different name on the Discord. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. You might have to get on the one Ava was doing, the temp server. I think those got some pictures on. I just opened the other one, a week and a half ago. And that one is Syntex Original Stories. Discord link down there. I saw you peeking, you meat gazer. All right. War Sniper says, the past Dark Knight art with the flowers and butterflies is also from other videos. Hold on. You said the magic word. I got to do it. But that is nailing it. So, yeah, I don't know where you can find such art. Yeah. A lot of times to get anything decent, you're paying. Okay, I am not singing the fucking army song, Guardian. You're just cracking up. And by the way, for those who don't know, when it says march along, sing our song, we're the army of the free, count the brave, count the true, as we march to victory. We're the army of the proud, our name, we're the army, and proudly we proclaim. And that's when usually the army strong song starts. Doug says, the way things are, Sin, if I was offered black budget health tech, but I had to leave the planet forever for a space job, I wouldn't a heartbeat. Well, there's enough going on in my meat suit. I might just do the same thing. And by the way, the story you guys had sent in where anybody who is away from Sol is free, anybody in Sol is stuck inside a dictatorship, yes, I am working on that one. I got some bugs to work out, but I am working on that one. And that one you guys recommended last week. Let's see. Rage here says Star Wars should be getting better with old put a chick in it, make her gay and lame. Getting the boot. Yeah, it should be. But it's going to take a couple of months before everything that was being worked on while she was there to actually go by and something else to come in. Okay, okay, gotcha on that one, Brian. I'll check my emails. It's like, I remember Star Killer, never liked him. Why? Because he had a haircut like me? Discord link didn't expire. Hold on, give me a second here. I'll sorry, I had to run through here. Here's the link. Shouldn't have expired. Let's see. Okay, Alan says a story thought. Okay, hold on. A story. Hold on. Let me find a good one here. A story thought. God, I had to. Space ferrets. Speed fur operating as 6-creature team. Okay. Hold on. Space ferrets. 6-creature team. Stack fighting as a special attack. Special attack. Okay. You know what that reminds me of? 3 kobolds in a trench coat. And now I'm going to have that song stuck in my head for the rest of the night. Thank you very much. Okay, War's number here says, I'm on 1933 on wattage. This is going to be a pain. It's a War Thunder, and it's higher to get. The longer it takes, more voltage to get, more I have to get through. Okay. Lena says, I think the former owner of the engine company invented the Jake brake. Okay, good to know. Guard says, dude, I kid you not, the AI and Halo Wars 2 is evil something. Yeah. If it's designed to rush you, then a lot of times you're not set up in time because everybody depends on that when facing against a computer. He continues, you would not believe how many times I've been spawn rushed by the AI before the 5-minute mark because the AI will build a whole bunch of flamethrower units or a bunch of scouting units and then flood your base while you're still in the middle of getting your little squad ready to take out the sentinels guarding the power nodes so you can get a little boost in your power production. Yeah. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt multiple times. There's Chris with Doug, I'm getting ready to be honest. It looks like it comes down to your rental agreement and how cool or uncool your landlord is. Yeah, I still won't trust HOAs, man. Let's see. Sniper says, I will send screenshots to you on Discord, Sin. Did you check also direct message on Discord? Then I sent you a private. At the same time, it will reach to the art makers. Make Art Farron and some of his wife of them somewhere Farron in his realm. Problem is, I don't know who to trust. Kind of weary of art makers. Yeah. I can see that a lot of them try to rip you off. And unfortunately, I've had to deal with that myself. Unfortunately, there's plenty of people who claim they can write a story and then they want all the money up front. They don't just ask for a 10% deposit. They they just want all the money, and then they'll disappear. It's the same thing with people saying, oh, I'll pay you the rest as soon as you send me the rest. No, I won't send you the rest of the story until you actually send me the money. You know, you get a deposit, you get started, you actually finish, and then you send the first like page or two to show that you have work for them, and then they send you the rest of the money, you send them the rest of the story. That's how it freaking works. You can't do it any other way, any type of securely way there. It just doesn't work. And a lot of times the reputation goes to shit. They just change their name. It's crazy. Lena says, I have to drop some anime because it feels too similar to some other anime I'm watching. Yes. Like I said before, it's the same. You're stuck in medieval Europe, and it's just absolutely crazy. War Sniper actually continues. Oh, I must have missed something. Screenshots, sending private. At some point, I will reach to art makers to make art referent in some of his wives, and then somewhere inferent in his realm. Problem is, I don't know who to trust. Okay, I did read that. Yeah, it's messed up, guys. It is. Okay. How in the fuck did I miss this? Okay. We got the Guardian Sage, who I'm looking for a button to use for him, and the only person who comes close to the Sage is saying,
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
But the right type of assholes. All right. The Guardian says, the idea that the theory has been around for a couple millennia in the galactic community, but it isn't taken seriously until humans joined the community and accidentally knock up females from two very different species. By the way, don't try not, when you're talking aliens, don't use races, actually use species, because that's the actual definition. So let me write this down. I'm literally writing the phrase, knock them up. Knock them up. All right. Lena's saying, Starkiller is just like Ahsoka. He makes the story of the original trilogy confusing. Now, I wouldn't say that Ahsoka makes it confusing. The fact that it's an anthology series, when you watch them in the order they came out as far as the Clone Wars, anthology series jump all over the place. There's actually a really quick site you can look on, I forget off the top of my head, where you can find the actual order you're supposed to watch them in, and that makes a hell of a lot more sense. And I personally like Ahsoka. I like her as a character because you watch her develop. And I enjoy that, watching, just like with Domino Squad, with the clones. You watch them develop and build up as a team. You know, it is what it is. Chris says, the real problem with Star Wars is the rebellion. If you think about it, I'm thinking about it, they are the bad guys, proven by how they are still called the rebellion after the Empire falls. And they never had a plan, just anarchy. Which is true. Which is true. What do you got to be shitting me? How in the flying fuckle knuckles is that? I mean, seriously, I can look on. I'm looking at it. How can it be expired? Okay, this is fucked up, guys. I don't know what the hell. Oh, motherfucker. Okay, it's updating now. Okay. It's going to cause me a bunch of headaches. You can try it again. I'll have to get into it later. Fuck me running. All right. Sniper says, knowing that it is then not better to use AI and get the art, still look for the art maker. What do you think? I think not getting the CGI is probably a smart idea, because any of these companies can say, oh, you used my software, so that belongs to me along with everything attached to it. This is how sneaky they are. They will steal everything. Lena says, I watched the anime about the dragon. Why does everybody want to have a human form? Oh, from the egg? That's weird. I don't know why. The thing is, I actually read the anime up to or not the anime. I read the manga back when that first came out, and it was darker than shit. However, it was pretty good. In actuality, that young girl in the beginning wasn't supposed to survive. And that actually weighs in on his conscience. Why he originally picked the plague dragon has nothing to do with turning into a human, at least in the manga. If I remember correctly, which I probably don't. It's been so goddamn long. You're right, Alan, that butt does have a counterweight. So, okay, guys, I know we're at the bottom of the comment section. However, here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to try something tonight, okay? I'm going to go in here. Oh, not that. Nope, that wasn't it. I was trying to get something else, and god damn it. Wow. Okay. Okay, what the hell, man? This was supposed to work. You bastards. Oh, you son of a bitch. I was trying to set it up, guys, so I could send a link so you guys could actually get on. But now StreamYards wants to be a fucking asshole. Oh, you jerks. Nope, nope, nope. That's not it. God damn you, you. Woo. I'm actually pissed now. I am seriously. I blew through the comment section specifically so I could get to this, and I had it set up earlier. It was all ready to go, and I don't know what happened. It just. Oh, you shit. Oh, you. Whew. Oh, man. I am so sorry about this, guys. I am absolutely embarrassed by this. It is not working. It should. And I don't know what's going on. It's not. It should have been right under this icon, and I'm just. Oh, man. I am. Oh, I'm stewing, guys. I'm stewing. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, man. I am so mad at this. I am so... Let me see. Let me try this. Nope. Oh, man. Oh, you... Oh, sorry, I'm going all over this trying to get it to work, and it's not freaking working. Ah, yes, hold on. Boom. Oh, you. Okay, yeah. Stop it. All right. I'm going to, and before I post this, I want you guys to know, I am trying this, okay? If you're going to get on the link, make sure you have a microphone, camera preferably. The camera's not required, but you need to have a microphone. If you're running on a laptop and you want to run it through that microphone, it may not work. I'm just letting you know. So let me remove a few things here. So I have some stuff for the backstage. I'm going to keep these butts on here, but I'm going to take everything else off, which leaves me with approximately 6 spots. So there we go. Let's, as that works in, and I should start seeing you guys in the backstage. Put in the comment section if you're in the stage waiting, and I want to see if this is working. Again, trial run, guys, so expect problems. Discord invite. What the fuck is wrong with Discord? Okay, I'm gonna have to go and try and fix that one, guys, because I don't know what the hell's wrong with the goddamn Discord. That's just it's blowing my damn mind. I don't mean to curse this much, everybody. It's just it's really, really getting on my nerves. Hopefully the actual StreamYards came through. Hopefully you guys have it so it links up. And I still don't see anything on my end. Button is great. No, it's you got to copy the link and put it in your bar. You can't just click on it. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to drop it again. Again, I'm trying, guys. I swear to God, I'm trying. Because it'd be nice to actually get 2 or 3 folks in here and we actually sit and talk instead of going through me just reading shit. However, I don't know. Oh, hey, Guardian. Guardian, you got your microphone on.
Early in bed.
Oh, man. We get hopefully you're not doing something too bad watching your computer there. Anyways.
No, I'm just under my covers.
Okay, well,
you can see my laptop in the back behind me. That's what the light is.
Yep, I can tell that. I was actually surprised that anybody got through. I was starting to think that StreamYards wasn't going to work. So, thankfully, this actually works. Now, Guardian, you're not. Are you looking into making stories or anything like that? Is there anything you want to bring up while we're here? The floor is yours.
All right. Hey, I've been toying around with writing stories off and on, but my problem is actually setting aside the time to actually write them out. Well, I've sent you a couple of story ideas like what we did today, but I never really get past rough draft stuff like that for the most part.
Okay. Have you tried starting out via basic outline before you actually start writing it out?
For a couple stories, yes. I have some, like I said, it's like a rough draft outline, but I usually don't get around to doing much more than that. And I have, I think it's like 1 or 2 stories that I have a little bit more than just a rough outline like that for, but that's about it.
Okay. As far as making time, I don't know how I can help you make time on that. All I can say is stick with your timeline and by all means write it in sections. However, here's one of the things I come across a lot is if you say you write half a chapter and you have to take a week off for whatever reason that might be, always make sure you read it again really quick. Just refresh your mind. Because I'm sure you guys have noticed every once in a while, I've got this like, did you stop and rewrite this? Because I did. And I didn't go and reread that and get your mind in the same center. That way it's easier. You don't have to, section off a whole weekend or a week to write it. You can, make it in small little pieces when you have the time. And time management is one of the biggest pains in the ass as far as these go, because as you know, it takes a long time. And nobody can ever fault anybody for that because especially we got a few here who are looking to write entire books and you're looking at probably a year's worth of work right there. So
or more in some cases. I think I mentioned in comments at different times, like reading stories that people are posting on different platforms. And like the one person, his stuff's actually being published, and I think it's up to 4 books that they've actually published, and he's still writing it.
That's
But he posted like the chapters are relatively short, and he posts twice a week. There's another person who posts once a week, and his stories, if you were to actually read it out for like comparison of actual length of it, is comparable to the other guy who's getting published. But the chapters are almost twice as long, but he only publishes once a week for each chapter that he puts up.
Well, yeah, I could see that because yeah, like you said, they're longer and he's only posting less. I mean, yeah, like I said, that's just time management right there. I don't really see what else I could say on that one because everybody's got different schedules.
True.
And the only reason I'm able to do as much as I do is because I'm retired. I did 20 years in the Army, so I'm good. So I mean that gives me more time. That being said, I understand you guys. You probably got two jobs. I mean, most everybody's got two jobs now, and I don't know what else to say as far as time management goes. All I can say is stick with what you got. Don't let anybody pull you away from it too much. However, by all means, let your mind, as you're working, fluctuate into whatever that story is going to be. Now, yeah, if you're gonna post more of your own, I all I can say is time management's a bitch.
Well, my hardest part is taking what I have in my head and actually either getting it written down or typed up. That's my hardest part, is translating it from what's the idea in my head to actually onto something that can be read.
Okay. On that one, I do suggest I walk around with a notebook in my pocket. You can barely see it because it's bright yellow, at least this one. But I always have a notebook on me so you don't forget what you thought up. That's extremely important. I've done the same thing. I've had an entire story in my head. I worked out all the kinks. By the time I got back from where I was, I sat down. I was like, what the fuck was I thinking again? So again, notes can be great. Just like the outline, just to keep you on track. And, and with the notes in particular, you don't have to write everything out, just a little something to remind yourself. And again, that will help with the time management there. It will also, again, keep you focused so you can actually match what you want to put in. And you'll find out, because this happened with me. You'll sit there, what was I doing? You'll pull out your notebook. Oh, shit, it was right. And it'll just start coming out. And do yourself a favor. Once you're in the zone, stay in the zone. Oh, shit, looks like we lost him. Okay, on to the next one. We got, and don't kill me if I pronounce this wrong, Kachog, is in Kachong. How you doing? Oh, you got your volume up. No, it's I volume's up over here. If you're on a laptop, the mics half the time don't work. You got to go into the sound settings and reset them. And no, I can't hear nothing. Tell you what, I'm going to put you on the back burner for a moment. I'm not going to actually pull you out. Go into your settings and make sure the mic is actually activated. A lot of time with laptops, they turn off. I don't know why, because, big tech listens to everything we say. I'll be right back. And we got, Duck. It's a War Sniper is right here. How you doing,
Hello.
War Sniper?
Doing good. Some video editing right now. Some video editing right now.
As somebody who's done that, I can say I'm sorry.
I'm almost there. I need to do around 8 more.
Are we talking little bits, or are we just talking?
8 more of that footage altogether, and then the video is made.
Okay.
But one of my friends that's also watching my videos have given me the feedback of give it a little bit of a walk towards the kills I make. So I'm taking a bit more in front before I make the kill, instead of taking the parts that I make the kills and set that by each other. But I'm going to make in the beginning of my video questioning the 19 subscribers that I right now have of if they like the walk towards it or they don't like the walk towards it. I need some feedback about that. So yeah.
Okay. Well, everybody starts somewhere, so don't bust yourself on that 19. I was making videos for about a year before I even got enough to be fully monetized. So, keep that, or well, no, it's about 6 months to get monetized, but before I even thought about live streaming, have enough for that. So don't knock the 19, and by all means, get as much of the feedback. Now, if somebody wants to put in the chat, who've seen War Sniper's channel, if you guys want to send him some comments, please do, because critiques are always welcome, right?
Yeah, that's always welcome. It helps you grow.
Exactly. And I look at that the same way I look at any type of addiction or any other issue. You don't know if there's a problem if you can't see it. Okay. It's just like, you gotta know what the problem is before you can fix it. And
yeah, if I go to my files, I'm right now on, if I'm right, on episode 5 of my thing. I need next one will be of my Leopard, how I obtained that tank. And then I've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more episodes to go before I can actually am back on my where I have ended.
Okay.
And then I can send also you more videos of me slapping airplanes out of the sky.
You hate planes, don't you?
No, I just see them coming in, and I'm just locking onto them and just yeeting my missile towards it, and boom, and they are dead.
Well, come on, given your handle, you're sniping them. Yeah, say it right, sniping them right out.
Indeed. Well, my handle was pure because, one, I love war, I love the action, I love the movies, I love snipers like the Barrett, and yeah, gaming I love. And I was like, why am I not just making just videos of the games that I'm playing? Because I'm playing enough. I'm playing sometimes the whole day, so just record it and just make videos of them.
Okay. One of the things I can say, just listening to the way you're talking, War Sniper, is now you've never spent time in the service. Am I correct? Like
never, no.
Okay. There's a certain verbiage in the way we speak, and on that one, if you're going to insert anything that you might think is, shall we say, military jargon, you're going to have to do some research.
Okay.
I do the same thing when I talk anything with pilots, because they have a very specific way of speaking, and I've been chewed out before on that one. And they're very let's say colorful in the way they correct people. So in that one, again, make sure you watch your verbiage on that to make sure it's correct, because you say you like the war games and stuff like that. But just like you said, you like the sniper, like the Barrett. Barrett's a manufacturer. Are you talking like Sim Ohio? Because that was a sniper.
The Barrett 50 cal anti-material rifle
is a sniper's rifle. A service member would never look and say, "Grab your sniper," talking about a weapon system. You see what I'm talking about? It's just a different way of speaking. So. So when you're doing your editing, if you want it to be more realistic, you're going to have to listen more of or go online and listen to the actual combat footage and listen to the way they speak. And that might help draw more people in.
Yeah, right now what I'm mostly doing is just the gaming part, and once in a while when let's say Christmas or Halloween or anything else is there, then I'm making event videos from other types of games, of explaining how you need to do those events. And that is mostly what I'm doing right now. I am
Okay.
planning to do also World of Warships and other things, but it's going to take a while to do that.
Okay. Okay. Well, hey, if you want to send some my way, I will post them. And by the way, put your channel into the comment section so everybody knows to subscribe. Okay.
It's good. I will do that in a few moments.
Okay. Well, we got people waiting, so I'm going to have to cut you off here, War Sniper. And
That's
thank
good.
you. Thank you for
Have
joining.
a good evening.
And let's go back up here to our wonderful bike rider. And I hope, I pray that his mic is working this time. How you doing, Brian?
Hey, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, we got you. We got you.
Okay, good. Just wanted to say hello.
Uh,
I sent you a picture of the bike. It's an actual picture.
mm-hmm.
And it was when I was on a bike ride. We were down at the Missouri-Arkansas border in the Boot Hill. And I had a story idea for your galactic games.
Oh, boy.
Throwing asteroids.
Tossing asteroids. That ought to be interesting. Ought to be very interesting. Actually, one of the things, I didn't go back to that one because I wanted to keep it terrestrial. However, for the space-based ones, that would be pretty good. Actually, not just dodging, but being able to launch them.
Yeah, because it was dodging and launching, being able to catch them, dodge them, and throw them at your opponent. Each team has like 4 or 5 ships, and you have to be able to throw them, dodge them, and try to catch them. I kind of started writing a little bit of a outline I was going to send to you. And it's on one of the other computers. I'll try to find it.
And that sounds really good. Now, originally, I hadn't planned on extending the Galactic War Games. And yet I do actually have to do that to get the voice out right. However, I would like to go into space with this. I just didn't know quite how to do it. And unfortunately, I had to play the algorithm game with the one-off stories, which why the algorithm does that, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if you want to send the outline, I'll definitely look over because that's pretty much what Demon sent me before. And that's how we got, excuse me, Unknown Fleet. And that was a big one too. And oh, Julia said it perfect. Galactic Dodgeball.
Yeah.
That's funny.
As we used to call it, murder ball back in the 70s.
Yeah, might as well be.
Back when you used to be able to play that game.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't believe they took that out. There's actually, if that's the case, Brian, you might like, there's a guy, he only sends out videos on, I think, Saturday and Sunday called Acorn Stash. He does a lot of reviewing the older stuff, and he actually shows like memes and stuff.
Yeah, he lives here in Missouri.
Oh, no shit. Okay, cool. Well, I look not only do I look forward to that one, the outline, I mean, but actually my dad looks forward to Acorn Stash every week. I put it on the big TV for him.
Yeah, he has some funny ones.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially as you laugh as the world burns.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't burn when you pee, you're all good.
True. Okay.
So anyways, yeah, I'll look into extending Galactic War Games. I probably won't get too much into series until after I finish up with my taxes because you guys can't see it, but I got paperwork everywhere. And everybody listening, make sure you cover your taxes because that's going to be a big one right now. Anyways, sorry, getting off track, going down the
slip space rupture
and all that other fun stuff. And I'll put a little background noise for us.
Nice.
A little shout out noise there. By the way, said on the on the sound effect, it says flathead. Am I saying that right? Flat pan or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. I got to move on to the next one, Brian. Thank you very much for coming in. And it's good to see you.
And, you too. Well,
yeah.
See you all the time.
Well, yeah, but we don't get to talk face to face much.
True.
And I will definitely look into this. Now, you've actually just started the juices flowing because I was thinking, what can I do for out in space for Galactic War Games? And all I could think of was like a race or something like that. And now I'm like, Galactic Dodgeballs. Motherfucker, why didn't I think of that? Oh my God, where's my brain at? See, this is why I need you guys.
I think I actually said that when I kind of drafted the outline, 2 or 3 months ago.
Well, I look very much forward to reading it if I don't hit on it myself. And I'll have to make sure I put a note in that for next week and double check to make sure, see how far you're going on that. And I'll let you know if I'm about ready for Galactic War Games, because I've actually been bugged for a few other series to include, as we all know,
Battleships.
Yeah, well, actually, that one's pretty much done. I keep touching on different types of battleships already. I almost pushed it to the limit already, especially with the micro jumps and all the turrets. But the ambush predators, I was gonna say, a lot of people want me to extend that one too, but that takes a long time. It takes like 2 or 3 days of writing to get one episode done.
Yeah.
So, anyways, just like we were saying before, take your time, do it right, and I look forward to it. And you take care of yourself, and I need to move on to our next one here, and take care.
Take care.
Definitely be careful on the roads. It is definitely not motorcycle weather outside.
No. We still have snow on the ground.
Yeah, I got about 2 feet outside. All right. Catch you later. All right. We're going to jump over here to Tekkaman Rage. How you doing? You raging out there, Tekkaman?
So far, so good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound tired.
Yeah, just finished another treatment.
Oh.
Doing good.
Fuck berries. You, like 1 through 4 or something like that? Or are we going to have to send you the, how do I put this? You remember Sir, who used to be on here?
Yeah.
He was level 4.
Yeah, I had to dig deep. They wouldn't tell me anything, and I found out that it was 4.
Oh Christ!
But they're giving me good news. It's a pretty steady downward trend, so they're really stoked.
Okay, well on that one, let me see if I got it. Okay, it's right here. I'm gonna post in the comment, or not the comment section. I get this fucking thing to copy. There's a link here. A lot of people swear by this. It's a mix of juices and quinine.
Yeah, I saw that before, but it for some reason it wouldn't let me save it. I've been trying to find it again.
Well, I just posted it there in the chat box. So
I'll hit it and put a bookmark on it, see if that helps. But I didn't come here to talk about me. I want to talk sci-fi.
Okay, sci-fi it is. Let's go sci-fi. Okay.
I've been toying with an idea, but I've been having a hard time. I've been hitting the wall of like, I really don't want to end up with a Mary Sue. And I'm being very, very conscious about it. And I know to make good characters, you have to be really, really mean to them. Like hurt them a lot, so they, grow and overcome. Blah 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 blah. But I'm still just like thinking like down the line. It's like there's too much plot armor. I don't like plot armor. So like the way I'm going is like, man, this character is it's not feasible to survive what I have planned. So I'm just like, I'm not sure how to progress. and I wanted to like send you a rough draft so you can like kind of proofread it.
Okay.
You don't have to like post it or narrate it or anything. Just like I would like another set of eyes on it.
Yeah, I mean, you can email me a draft. That's no problem. One of the things you can do to basically humanize them is, like you said, if they have a traumatic experience or something, and you know how I hate spoilers here, but this is what I haven't actually posted. You remember I keep saying about the DC story idea, DC comic basically working with the superheroes.
Yeah, yeah.
The character I was actually challenged to write a new story for it. I create a whole new character who seems OP as fuck. He sort of is, but really isn't when you actually break it down. However, in his case, whenever the subject of his former family comes up because something very, very bad happened, the man will literally stop and start reaching for a drink. And he will make Iron Man sit there and go, dude, slow down. But that really humanizes, because he doesn't even care about anything in the world at that point. He doesn't give a shit. And it humanizes him because it like rips his heart out his chest. And now you don't have to use this specifically. However, if it's something that constantly comes up, it will at minimum humanize it. Now, if you're sitting there and trying to quote unquote nerf your character, now is this going to be? You said this is going to be sci-fi, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if this is going to be something where he's upgraded over and over again, you can say certain upgrades don't mesh with previous upgrades, so he has to choose between A or B. Because if you mix A and B, then you're going to see part of yourself explode, or something like that. That's one way to nerf the character. It's actually one of the common things used. Now, you could also have where whatever upgrades wear down, and he has to get them removed, and he can't find a replacement part or something of that nature. Now, again, I don't know the story itself, so I'm kind of spitballing here, talking in general terms. But as far as, again, nerfing a character, you simply have to have a good reason. You just can't have a random reason. You can't just MacGuffin it. But you have to have a reason where something that he had before, some upgrade that he had before, is no longer functioning.
Okay.
Like case in point, when they did the Transformers show, they wanted to give Starscream a null ray, and he was adamant, no, he wanted the missile carrier back. That he wanted that so bad, but that's still nerfing the character. It's a weaker weapon than the null ray itself.
But he wanted style points.
More or less.
Which Transformer show are you talking about, though?
The one where they were stuck on Earth. I forget which one it was.
That's all of them.
Yeah, well, it's a kid show. Where I know I'm not narrowing it down. It's CGI. There was only four Transformers, 3 kids.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And
That one.
The mother who had the hots for Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that joke, I saw it when a buddy of mine, his kid was watching, and both me and my buddy were literally on the ground laughing when she said, "Where's Optimus Prime? He's gone." Oh, and I wore heels and everything. We're laughing so hard, we're about to see ourselves. And his son actually gets up and goes, "Why is that so funny?" And just the innocence in his voice was enough to make me actually fart. I had to run outside because I seriously was about to wet my pants.
Nice. Yeah, well, you know Rule 34, right?
Oh yeah, we all know Rule. I try to stay away from that when it comes to sci-fi, but that's a quick way to once again nerf the opponents, because they're going to be like, oh, they'll screw anything. Well, yeah. And then everything's all screwed up. They'll freak out or something like that. I've heard that so many times. I refuse to use it. However, before I start ranting somewhere else, now you basically do not want your character to be God, which is what every single power fantasy manga ends up doing.
Yeah.
And so does Dragon Balls and all this other one.
Yeah, like the overall like non-spoiler premise is he's he just keeps getting himself blown to bits with his own like weird ass things that he puts on his spaceship. He doesn't. He's just like his own test dummy.
Mm.
And well, testing happens, and he comes back missing parts and has to replace them periodically.
Okay. Does this character actually integrate with the ship, or is the ship a separate entity altogether?
Completely separate entity. I haven't gone with. I hadn't even considered like integration. Just like he'd have a eventually end up with like an AI ship that he is friendly with, not like intimate, but like hi ship, you're an actual like actualized entity of your own right kind of thing. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
nothing like
I even did
super
a few of
creepy,
those.
like oh hello ship, bow chicka bow wow.
Yeah, you don't want to go like I did with Garbage Planet, where he ended up, banging the AI in front of his own kid, which honestly I thought was going to be funny, but you guys gave me hell for it. The kicker is I actually had a very similar situation, rabbit hole going into, invited over somebody's place. I was so drunk I passed out in another room, walking down the hallway, and I see my buddy's it's actually his stepson looking in, trying to say, what the hell, can you guys stop for a minute and talk to me? And as I'm walking down, I literally hear, what's the problem? It's not the first time you caught me fucking your mom. And I pass by, sure enough. And I'll tell you what, you go from drunk to sober in 0.034 seconds.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I'm gonna leave now. Thanks for having me. Bye.
I've
So
officially
anyway,
overstayed my welcome. Deuces.
I mean, granted, it was the next morning, but anyways, one thing you can do, I'm spitballing here. Again, aside from if he upgrades, say he has an upgrade on the arm and something happens and he has to replace that arm, the fancy schmancy bullshit that was there, he can't get replacement parts. Something has got to be rare that he can't get his hands on, no pun intended, because we're talking about losing the hand. Or if he integrates with the vessel, suddenly he's only the vessel. He's not himself. He can't do anything while he's there. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah. I see what you're putting down here.
Yeah. So there's plenty of ways to nerf the character. You just have to find one that works within the context of your story.
Right.
And now you've set up the universe, you've set up the tech level, you've set up probably multiple different species type of tech levels.
Yeah.
So it might be an alien piece of tech that he needs to get this to work right.
Well,
so,
there are quite a bit of alien tech shenanigans.
And that's all I'm saying. All you have to do is, again, pick one that logically makes sense within the context of your story. Because if you lose consistency, you're going to lose your audience.
Right.
So that's all I really got to say on that one.
All right. Right
okay. And you got anything else for me there, Rach? And
not at the moment, man. Thank you for the early input. I'll get you a rough draft here fairly soon, and give it a proofread and let me know what you think.
All right. Will do.
If I have my head too far up my ass, or if I'm adjacent to the right track.
Don't worry, I'll grab your shoulders, pull. We'll hear it come out.
Yeah, right on. Look
All
forward
right.
to it.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for coming on. Bye. All right. And we're back straight to Guard. Guard, you there?
Oh, hello.
Hey, there he is. How you doing, man? Hey, your avatar is giving me the bird.
It was either that or Dreadnought being kidnapped by other Space Marines. But I decided to be a little goofy and go with Solaire from Dark Souls flipping you off.
Hey, wouldn't be the first time I got flipped off. Wouldn't be the last. By the way, if you ever have somebody say, dude, you're a loser, just do this. Better a loser than an idiot.
Yep.
And watch their face just turn. Unfortunately, the first person I did that to was my sister back in the day. She was not happy.
It's always the siblings.
Always. So, Guard, what's on your mind right now? What can I help you with?
If I tried explaining it all, I feel like you need therapy again.
This is my therapy, but go ahead, shoot. Narrow it down. Narrow it down on one thing that's your.
Yeah, just everything.
Just work getting to you and everything.
Yep.
Are you looking into writing anything, creating anything? Are you an artist, or are you a writer, or are you just enjoy?
I try to think of stories, but my mind is so fucked that I keep changing the story like every 10 seconds, and I can't keep it consistent. It's pretty much the whole thing of my ADHD comes up with great stories, but I can't hold on to the stories long enough to actually put it on paper.
Okay. Well, like I said before, the best way to deal with that is usually outline or write notes to yourself.
Yeah.
Now, as far as if your ADHD is like really super holy shit bad, there's not much I can do about that.
Oh, it is.
Well, that would be like you have trouble driving type ADHD.
It's not that level, but I have trouble with a lot of stuff. I got the double whammy. I got ADHD and dyslexia at the same time.
Oh, you're dyslexic. Okay. Yeah.
So I definitely got the short end of the stick.
Well, the kicker is I know somebody who did very well for himself. His name's Terrence Pop. Go look up Grunt Speak on YouTube and you'll find him.
I've tried looking him up before when you talk about him, and it keeps saying person not found, or gives me some shitty no-name rapper.
Well, oh yeah, no, it's on Grunt Speak.
Could I be looking it up wrong? Maybe is it one word or
it's
spaced out?
It's two because that's his actual name. It's not fake. But yeah, just look up Grunt Speak. Anyway, he in particular, Grunt Speak, two different words.
Got it.
But he in particular, he's dyslexic. He's also prior special forces. So maybe getting a hold of him because he has live streams as well. Maybe he can find something that can help you focus. I don't see. This is beyond the scope of what I know.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to send you to a subject matter expert.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried the medicine for it here, but it just completely nulls me out. Like, I'm not creative like I usually am. I'm just there, pretty much. That's how my family has described it whenever I take any of that medicine that is supposed to help me out with it.
It shuts off the creative portion of your brain along with everything else.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, whenever I put some of this brown fluid down my throat, the creative part of my brain shuts off too. I actually have a rule. Until I'm done writing for the day, I don't touch any alcohol. It doesn't matter if it's beer, wine, vodka, whatever.
I can understand that.
It's the same thing. So, if the stuff they give you isn't working the way you need it to, I can see why you wouldn't take it. Now, if you had a story idea or something like that, I mean, we can definitely work with that.
Yeah. If I can find something to help me focus long enough, I'd be more than happy to tell you it during another one.
Yeah. And like I said, when you have a story idea, just pull out your notebook, write it down real quick, and that'll help. Because I have another buddy who runs another live stream, and half the time I'll come up with ideas and I don't remember what the fuck is going on when his live stream's on either. So it's pretty common. So don't let that get you down at all. Hopefully you're dealing with the weather okay. I don't know where you are in the country or which country you're in.
Kentucky, Central.
Oh Christ, you guys got whacked pretty good.
My boy, we have it was 11 inches. 11 fucking inches.
That's what she said. And if I went outside, it's knee level out here, so that's 18. So we didn't get the rain like you guys did.
Oh yeah, everything's icy here too.
But we don't have as much ice. We're just buried in snow. I'm in the Northeast. So stuck in a blue state called Connecticut. right south of the mass holes, taking the shit all over us from up there. Yeah, well, up here you got to make fun of it or you quickly lose your mind. So, was there any particular story that came out recently that kind of tickled your fancy at all? Anything like that?
They kind of all do. Just like they're all there just to keep me entertained, pretty much.
Okay, keep you occupied while you're doing what you do, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I kind of listen to them too when I play games. So, like, as we're talking right now, I've been playing Battlefront 2 for Star Wars. And I can tell you this right now, I've received at least 5 angry messages from kids right now. I got called a pussy for playing Lando because when you zoom in to his gun and all that, you get thermal sights.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just standing there at the very back of our spawn, just taking pot shots and landing kills with it because I could see from across the map.
I kind of wish I had it on my my thing here for boom headshot, boom headshot, boom headshot.
That's actually one of his abilities. Is that if you use his main ability, it lets you auto lock onto the nearest enemy's heads. It can go up to 6 guys, and if they're not a special unit, it's just an instant one tap.
Yeah, I can see why they'd be a little pissed, but then the kicker is we have that actual technology. When I used it, don't ask me when or where because I'm not supposed to say, but I can say I did use it. But when I did, you had to set it up on a vehicle because it was so big. You could I lift it? Yes. Could I hold it? Not for long. And now it's real small. I mean, just clips onto the front of your helmet. And you can actually see through shit. And it's honestly freaky as fuck.
I would imagine.
Especially for a ground pounder like me. So all I can say is science fiction is only science fiction for so long. So get used to it because you might need to know how to use it. So
and I ended up starting another match while we were talking about this too, and ended up freaking just like right now as I'm doing it and talking to you here, I ended up just getting freaking 12 kills in a row with the minigun from the heavy.
Oh, fun. See, I'm more of a original Battlefront 1 and 2 fan.
Yeah, I can see that. I wanted to get it when they remade it, but like when I heard people talk about how ass the servers are and how you can't keep anything connected for longer than a few minutes, I just said, you know what? I think I'll keep the $60 in my bank account.
Yeah, they don't really make very good games anymore.
Yeah, I heard EA really dropped the ball on that. But when do they not drop the ball on something that isn't microtransactions?
Yeah. I mean, ever since they stopped doing a shit ton of sports games because they were basically the same thing with a new skin every year, that's when they really started to hurt as far as games go.
Yeah. Even then, nobody was really buying the sports games. You know what they really need to get back into is the racing games.
Yeah, those are now that they got the actual wheel and the stick and everything. They got the moving chairs that go with that. I mean,
hey, one game I want them to at least try to port back to Xbox One: Need for Speed Pro Street. That was such a fun game as a kid.
I've never played it, so I'll take your word for it.
It wasn't like most other Need for Speed games. This one was actually like street racing. Like you were hosting like big events and all that for it.
Okay.
They actually, and for the time, they actually had a lot of good cars for the time.
Yeah. See, I never really could get into them because honestly, I wasn't much of a console player by then. The only thing I really played console for was Halo. And and while that was coming out, I was kind of not in this country or around any electronics. So
no, I can see that.
Yeah. So, but in any case, oh shit. I do have to hold just a minute if you don't mind me sitting here saying,
Holy Jesus. What is that?
What
the fuck is that?
That is a SS Demon sending us a $10 super sticker. And I wanted to make sure he came out. Demon, I hope you're around. I know you usually take your breaks. We're doing an actual call-in live stream tonight. Unfortunately, usually he's working. So Demon, if you're still listening, Sorry you missed out. We'll get you next time. But anyway, and thank you. Anyways, yeah, as far as the games go, unfortunately, the older games are a lot better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's more playability.
The one thing I can be at least somewhat thankful for is the fact that when I switched over to my Xbox One, to the Xbox One after being stuck with the 360 for so long, is that at least half of the games I used to play had ported over to the Xbox One. So I still have all their achievements and stuff, and I can still just get them. I don't have to worry about paying for them.
Yeah,
But the reason why with that is because my Xbox One was my 360 was disconnected from the internet for so long that it couldn't reconnect properly, and it couldn't transfer everything. So,
yeah, I could see that. That's actually one of the reasons why a bunch of I can't use Apple and I can't use Amazon because I've moved so much. I don't have my original phone or computer or anything else when I logged in, so they won't allow me to switch over to a new account.
So you're pretty much locked out of those.
Yep, and the thing is, Microsoft did the same thing when it came to my Xbox One account, so I can't log back in. So I personally I can't play the games anymore because the games aren't complete on the disc. You know as well.
Yeah,
better than I do for sure. So it is what it is. I mean,
have you even tried have you done the whole tactic of making a new Gmail for it?
Yep. Did the whole rigmarole, called them up. They tried to walk me through the whole thing. And even the guy on the other side was like, you're kidding me. It's still not working. Like, what do you want me to do? Stick my fingers inside and ask if it feels good? What the fuck else am I going to do with this thing? So I got maybe 4 games that work on it. And now it's a DVD player. All right. I'm actually going to let you go at this point, Guard. Let you get back and blast a few for us while you're in there, okay?
That's what I'm doing it right now. Although, even though I'm playing the Empire right now, I'm playing as the Death Troopers and going on a 36 kill streak right now.
Fun.
Oh, and just make it 43 because I just got maybe close to 7 guys in a single grenade because they're all funneling down a tight ass hallway.
Yeah, somebody forgot to yell grenade.
I don't think you even understand if a Death Trooper screamed out grenade because it's all gargled.
You know,
which is actually cool. They have with this, it's they actually follow some realistic stuff. Like they gave the Death Troopers so that everything they say in their helmets on the outside is gargled, but on the inside they hear exactly what they're saying to each other.
I'm gonna dodge the
go ahead
joke there when it comes to a grown man gargling when he speaks. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, man.
Yeah, talk to you later.
Bye. All right, guys. So that was interesting. We still have a few people that look like they're almost on stage here, but we've pretty much talked to everybody we were going to talk to tonight. I'm going to run through the private chats. Yeah, nice one, Brian. 6 Corvettes. Okay. Corvette class ships. I'll write that down as far as for the Galactic War games. We're not going to be taking any more tonight, guys. Like I said, this was just a test run. And later on, I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after, we'll make it just call-ins. 6 Corvette. Okay. Sorry, I had to write down the notes here. So anyways, everybody who actually called in, appreciate it. Everybody who I could actually see people trying to call in and it wasn't connecting all that well. We're just going to consider that a win, consider it good. However, my throat is actually killing me. You guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm constantly drinking here because it feels like I got sandpaper down my throat. I think it's because all the dry air from the wood stove is paying me back. So anyway, let me just run up real quick. Make sure I didn't forget too many other people. See everybody talking here, just talking about still around, happy and still kicking, which is always important. So yeah. Anyways, I don't have too much more But it was really awesome to see everybody. Thank you so much. I look around and I wonder,
how many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
It doesn't matter how many. We got the right type. We got the best ones. That's what we got. We got the best ones here on this channel. And I'm not talking about this asshole. I'm talking about the other ones on the other side of this camera. So, yep, I will on that one. And I look in and I'm...
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
And we got another $10 super sticker, this time from Skip. Very much appreciate that, Skip. Very, very much do. And once again, thanks, by the way. You can't see it. Well, now you can see it when my hand's disappearing, but thank you for the green screen. Very, very much appreciated. And also, you know, the wonderful sound effects or soundboard over here. As I know, I didn't say it, but this one's for you, Guardian.
Greetings, mortals and other assorted beings.
Hey, it's better than... Wrong one. Shit. Where is it? Oh, better than sounding like a minion going,
what? Banana.
and all that other fun stuff. So, guys, I'm going to cut it off right here. I literally have nothing else that I can actually throw up here. I do see, a few of you actually haven't backed out of the servers, so don't be surprised if it pings at you when we leave. So I'm going to do this really down and dirty with the safety brief tonight. You guys realize that it is cold. There's another storm cell coming through. If you're not going to be hit within the next couple days, it's going to be coming across and hitting again, like Kentucky, Delaware, up towards that way. It might come up and hit the Horn of Massachusetts and stuff like that. Guys, be ready for it. If you haven't already and you think you might lose power, first off, have an extra bucket of water so you can flush the fucking toilet. Two, have some sort of heat that you can have. If nothing else, have a shit ton of blankets, okay? And know where your shutoff valves are for your water in case the water pipes freeze. See, I got a wood stove, so I don't got to worry about that shit. Anyways, be careful on the roads. You cannot see the ice, folks, okay? It's just slow the hell down. It is not worth it. As far as any type of extra water, make sure you do have potable water. In other words, stuff that is safe to drink on standby. Part of being able to thermoregulate isn't just being clean in cold. It's also to hydrate. You know, it's the same thing with my chickens. I got to drop off water there 3 times a day just because it freezes so goddamn much. And aside from that, you guys know the rest of the safety brief, so I'm not going to sit here and rattle the whole thing off. Just be careful in this weather, guys. Be very careful, because I want to see you all safe, happy, and back here next time on Syntex Live. Take care of yourselves, guys. This is Syntex punching out.